Fine. Now I will discuss about the real-time example of complaint investigation. First of all, what are the step we need to do during investigation of any complaint? The first step will be review of manufacturing step. The second step, complaint sample check. The third step, batch document check, and fourth one is retention sample check, and finally the root cause analysis. Review of manufacturing step. All manufacturing steps should be reviewed as per batch manufacturing ticket. In process analysis must be reviewed. Packaging operation need to be reviewed, and storage and distribution procedure need to be reviewed. And after reviewing, there should be a conclusion whether there have any problem or not, or any anomalies found or not. The second step is complaint sample check. Upon receiving any complaint sample, first check the physical appearance of complaint sample, whether it reflects that this complaint sample was manufactured in our company or not. Third step, batch documents. Previous history of last 2 or 3 years has been reviewed by checking the batch document to ensure or to verify that whether this type of problem previously happened or not. Fourth one, retention sample check. Retention sample of the complaint batch and other commercial batch of this product need to be checked in quality control laboratory whether there are any out of specification found or not. And the final step of investigation is root cause analysis. To remove the error, remove the problem, we need to identify the root cause of the problem. There are a number of methods to identify root cause problem. Most common are 5-why technique and fishbone diagram. In some cases, the both techniques are combinedly used to identify the root cause. Now I would like to describe about the 5-why technique. 5-why technique. The technique involves starting out with your problem statement, asking why, and then repeatedly asking why to each answer that you got in turn. It is quite similar to peeling an onion and removing layer after layer to get the core cause. The best way to see how the technique works is through an example. So let's tackle one of the quality assurance issue above. So the first question will be, the problem is my drug product is not living up to its expected shelf life. But that means the product is failing the assay during after 1 year of manufacture. The first question one is, why my drug product is not living up to its expected shelf life? The answer will be, after a year of manufacturing, the assay showing that API is comprising 94% of the drug product, whereas the accepted limits are 95 to 105%. Then the second question, why the product is failing as a specification? The API is degrading in laboratory tests as well proportional increase in impurities. Third question, now why the API is degrading? Due to UV exposure, the exposure chemical pathways show that the impurities form are photodegradation product. Next question, why photodegradation show on my drug? Due to the product is being exposed to light. And the last question, why the product is being exposed to light? The packaging is not appropriate for the product because it is a clear PVC packaging and should be changed to an opaque material such as aluminium. So the root cause we found from this analysis, the problem is the packaging. Problem is in packaging method. We are using clear PVC packaging, but the product is light sensitive, so we need to change it into opaque materials such as aluminum or others. Now the corrective action and preventive action. Before we go for corrective action and preventive action, we must know about what is correction. Correction is an action to eliminate a detected non-conformity. Then what is non-conformity? Going outside range is non-conformity. For example, if a 5% additional water is wrongly added during preparation of tart paste, please list down what should be done. Does immediate attempt to remove maximum water is a correction? Can over drying be termed as a correction? Should it be discarded and request of fresh starch or for new starch paste is a correction? Corrective action. Action to eliminate the cause of a detected non-conformity or other undesirable situation. More than one cause for one non-conformity may exist. It is taken with intention to prevent recurrence is known as a corrective action. There is a difference between correction and corrective action. What is correction? Let's start with the example. Spot of oil suddenly appearing 10% of tablet during compression. What we expect from an operator? Please list down the correction or about correction on the above scenario under above scenario. List down the potential root cause under correction. List down the corrective action under correction. What is preventive action? The action to eliminate the cause of a potential non-conformity or other undesirable situation. More than one cause for one potential non-conformity may exist. So it is taken to prevent occurrence. Once you identify the cause of defective problem, then list down the preventive action you need to apply. Once, for example, the spot of oil is suddenly appearing 10% of tablet during compression. The preventive action, once you identify the cause of improper installation of gasket, list down the preventive action to proper installation of gasket. After completing the investigation, there shall be a record and include conclusion and follow-up. After the investigation, the next step will be corrective action and preventive action. Implement and record the changes. After implementing the corrective and preventive action, we need to check whether the corrective and preventive action are effective or not. Here I would like to show you a step-by-step approach of kapha. First, identify the problem of root cause, then implement the corrective and preventive action to remove the problem and recurrence of the problem, then verify the effectiveness of kapha, then follow up whether this problem fully remove or not, then close out the kapha. Now the risk analysis. Risk management is about making value out of uncertainty. Risk management in pharma industry. From a GMP point of view, we are only concerned with risks associated with quality, safety and efficacy. Organization use risk approach in other areas such as to ensure resources are utilized in the most effective way. But in pharma, we mostly concerned with the quality, safety, and efficacy of the product. The process involved in quality risk management. First, to start or initiate the quality risk management process. First step will be risk assessment, where 3 sub-steps will be used. First one is risk identification, risk analysis, risk evaluation. After risk evaluation, if the risk is unacceptable, then we go for risk control. In risk control step, there are 2 sub-steps: the risk reduction. First, we need to reduce the risks, and then the risk acceptance. After risk control, the next step will be risk review, where the event of full risk need to be reviewed. This is a complete process of quality risk management. Now I would like to describe about step by step of risk assessment. First one, the risk assessment, where the sub part are risk identification and risk analysis. Risk identification: use the information to identify hazard or potential risks. By analyzing historical data, theoretical analysis, informed opinions, or etc. The second step is risk analysis. Estimation of risks associated with identified hazard, whether it quantitative or qualitative. Links probability and severity. In some will include detectability. In risk analysis, the 3 important part we need to know: the probability, severity, and detectability. In probability, if the problem is likely to occur, then it's a high. The point will be 4. If the problem may occur, the medium. The unlikely to occur, or then the low. And finally, if the problem is very unlikely to occur, then it will remote. Then what? For severity, if this problem may cause serious GMP non-compliance or patient injury, then it will count as a critical, and the point will be 10. If the cause have significant GMP non-compliance impact on patient possible, then it will count as a moderate, and the point will be 5. For minor GMP non-compliance or no patient impact, then it will be count as a minor. If there have no mentionable impact, then it count as a none. Detectability: and specific detection system or indicator exists, whether it is easily detectable or not, then the point will be count as easily detectable. No specific detection system can be exist, then it is count as a moderate detectability. I may be detected accidentally, it is probably detectable. And if there are no chance for detection of this problem, then hardly detectable. Now the next part is risk evaluation. In risk evaluation, compare the identified and analyzed risks against criteria. Consider the probability, severity, and detectability. Output can be qualitative, high, medium, or low. Output can be quantitative. Probability and severity, probability into severity and detectability. Quantitative provides a relative ranking of priorities risks. In risk one, probability multiple, severity multiple, detectability. Risk identification. Based on the quantitative or qualitative output, risks are categorized as follows: intolerable, unacceptable, acceptable. Intolerable: work to eliminate the negative event or introduce detection control is required as priority. unacceptable. Work to reduce the risks or control the risks to an acceptable level is required. And the final acceptable risks. The risk is acceptable, but no risk reduction or decision control are required. If the risks count as a unacceptable and intolerable, then we need to control the risks. In risk control, it includes decision making to reduce or accept the risks. The purpose of risk control is to reduce the risks to an acceptable level. The amount of effort used risk control should be proportional to the significance of the risks. Risk control might focus on the following question. Is the risk above an acceptance level? What can be done to reduce or eliminate the risks? What is the appropriate balance among benefit, risks, and resource? Are new risks introduced as a result of the identified risks being controlled? Risk reduction. Action taken to lessen the probability of occurrence of harm and the severity of the harm. Typically, kappa and sense control are required to reduce the risks. Risk acceptance. The decision to accept risks. If risk reduction action taken, follow reanalysis and evaluation. Risk communication. Risk communication is the sharing of information about risks and risk management between the decision maker and other. Parties can communicate at any stage of the risk management process. Risk review. After the reduction of risks or acceptance of the risks, the next step will be risk review. Risk management should be an ongoing part of the quality management process. Review or monitoring of output and result of the risk management process, considering a new knowledge and experience about the risks. Ensure nothing has changed to affect the quality risk management assumption, output and conclusion. Consider during product review. The frequency of any review should be based upon the level of risks. Risk review might include reconsideration of risk acceptance decision. That's all from me. Hope you like this presentation. Thank you.